because I have 1,089 science from... oh yeah, we orbited Minmus. There was a ton of science from that. So let's see what we can get for science. Now, I do want to build myself a rover. So one of the things I'm looking at, let me get the right one here, is this one. Field Science gives you the Probodyne Rovemate probe core and some decent rover wheels as well as the command seat. So I most certainly want to get that one, but otherwise I think I'm pretty open. Now, precision engineering, what I really want actually are these cubic octagonal struts. Oh, and finally the small decoupler. And they finally a better probe body. So yeah, we'll get that one. Now let's take a look at what else. What do I got left? 628. These are 160, so I can get a few of them. Or I can get 2 of these ones. Okay, well, let's look. Better batteries, better solar panels. I'm not sure what a big deal that would be. Up here, trying to get what will be the most effective things for me to get. I do plan to I don't do a lot with the robotics, but I got an idea for my rover with robotics. Some more airplane parts. Not sure how much airplane-y stuff I'll do. I'm going to grab this one. I think I want this hinge, if I'm not mistaken. I want those hinges, so I'm going to grab that. Bigger fairings are never a bad idea. What's in this top one before I go any further? Scanning stuff. Oh yeah, for scanning for ore. And the medium I don't need that. Another probe body, I don't really need that. And oh, more science. Never can go wrong with unlocking more science, including, oh, look at all this junk. Okay. The Grand Slam passive seismometer. I think I'm going to get that too. Okay, so that leaves me 168. I can get just one more here. So I got some slanty, some bigger fuel cans, some monopropellant cans, the Jumbo 64 fuel can, or I can get... Ooh. That I got. I'm starting to change my mind with some ideas. I'm starting to get ideas. I'm looking at this ground anchor. Ooh, I do have a tutorial out there where I build a rover on the surface of Minmus, and it's all, you need to have the ground anchor to get going with that. So you don't have to actually build an entire rover. You just bring up all the parts, and then you can build. And I'm thinking that might be a thing. And a bigger Clampetron Jr. Okay, and that, or yeah, no, we're gonna go up here. Where was that? This one. I want that ground anchor. I got ideas. I'm getting ideas. Okay, so we're into here. The other thing I wanted to check is if I go to this active contract to bring back a Moonstone, it usually mentions some good it suggests some biomes. And I'm not sure. I doubt this is really necessary, but I'm going to write them down anyway. So excuse me a second while I write down the Northeast Basin. Like, I'm hoping it'll be easier if I actually go to these places. The Polar Lowlands and the Highland Craters. So I want to land in one of those biomes. Okay. Putting that back. All right. And let's get out of here. Let's get into... Actually, I'm going to switch to the spaceplane hangar. Oh, you had trouble with I've only used the cargo container or the ground anchor a couple of times, and both times it worked fine for me. It's a little tricky to get going. It took me a while to figure it out, but I found it worked. Okay, hello, dumb aviator. Oh, I can empathize. I can empathize. Okay, so we're here in the spaceplane hangar because I find it easier to build stuff here. So this is the Rovemate. It's such an easy thing to build a rover around. We'll grab. I also got the command seats. So what I'm going to do is simply... Now, this is just going to be very rough. And then we're going to build it onto the surface. So that is interesting because the idea that I had, and you can see this in the thumbnail, I do a half-baked idea of grabbing one of these smaller hinges. This was my half-baked idea that I might expand or might abandon, but I'll show you my half-baked idea anyway. And then I put a whole lot of these on top. And I built a little light stand tower for the sole reason that I thought it looked good. Like this. And then I put some lights on it. And then I would put solar panels and the other stuff that I would need on, you know, the base of this, batteries and all of that would go down there. But what I thought would be pretty neat would be to do this, and you would tweak it. But you know, you got this nice, like these high headlight things, like, you know, you got a monster truck, and then it would be on a hinge, so that the idea would be that this could fold down. And then you could build everything, and then it would fold up nice, right? Like if you put on these rover wheels, I'll just show this real quick. Like these rover wheels also can be retracted. Where's the button for it? Why am I having trouble finding this? Start retracted. There we are. So they can be retracted. I was hoping to get this nicely compacted and then slinging it underneath the lander and just kind of dropping it, deploy that. I thought it would be neat. But now I'm thinking, well, if I'm going to build it on the surface, why not just simply... I don't need to do all that. I could just literally just get Kerbals out, have all of these parts, and just build the dumb thing. I'm just noticing this is backwards. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to abandon the hinging idea in favor of just constructing this on the surface. Now, what are these other wheels like? Oh, those are monstrous. I don't need those. So really, like, I'm not going to go... this is going to be nothing crazy. It's going to be simple. I also need the scanning arm, because we got to scan for... There. We got to scan for a moon crater was one of our... What do they call it? Here, where's our contracts? Yeah, moon crater. I do got to scan for a moon crater, so that should be part of it. So that's a nice little animated piece there. You might find a low bridge on the moon that I'm going to wreck my lights on. So, really, like, you know, this... Oh, how did I end up with only one wheel on one side there? Two-way symmetry. There. We'll give this a quick test drive, too. I also want to... I always like to put on... Because I don't think this has reaction wheels built into it. If I'm not mistaken. If it does, I'll leave it. But I don't... No, it does not. There are no reactions. So I'm going to put on a small set of reaction wheels. I find they help me. That's the big ones. Small set of reaction wheels. Now I got... These are the indicator lights. They're clearly in a funky spot. Oh well. We'll deal. We will deal. Now I also want science. Because... You know... Well, actually, no. We'll put this... Yeah, we'll put science on here. What the heck. We'll make this work. So... We have not just one. We now have the seismic accelerometer. We have a thermometer. Don't forget, we're going to be rebuilding this entire thing on the surface of the moon. And by the way, I should also get out there. It's very, very likely that this won't get all completed in this stream. But who knows? Maybe I'm being pessimistic. We'll put on a goo. And, oh boy, a science junior. You know what? That's probably a little much. Let's leave that stuff off. Okay, and I need solar panels. So what I'm thinking, like that. Okay, let's take the snap off. Double time. Double. Doubly doubles. See, and what's nice about putting the seats at the front like I did is it leaves you lots of room on the deck here to put stuff like this on. And then I was thinking of simply rotating this. Actually, undo that for just a sec. Put the snap back on. Then it'll be easier to get... With the snap on, it's easier to get all of these to match up. That's the only reason why I did that. And then we'll get the move tool. Little up. Of course, why am I doing this when I'm going to be rebuilding it on the surface? Well, I guess I'm talking to myself about that question. I don't know the answer. But I guess this is just to sort of make sure everything's going to fit. That's what I'll say to myself. So like that, and then now I can take things like... Do I want this guy? No, just a bunch of these. I can slide a bunch of these kind of under here. Though I suspect... Don't I already have a lot? Oh, no, that's okay. I don't have lots of batteries. Okay. What else do I need? Seriously. Oh, these guys are upside down. Just noticed that. There. And I want to make sure, oh, I got to be careful too, that all the parts are packable. If you know what I mean, that they can all fit in a cargo container. I think the biggest thing are probably the wheels. They have, you see, it says cargo part. You want it, all these have to say cargo part, or else I'm going to be in trouble. And then, how about the Rover Mate? Is it a cargo part? It is a cargo part, so I should be okay. Bum 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 bum. Let's test drive this. Let's see how it goes. Louis, you're going to be our first, practicer. This is Proto Rover. So we're just going to make sure it drives. Nothing's stupid in the concept. Yeah, and if people are noticing that a lot of the parts do look different, it's because of the ReStock mod, which retextures everything. Most things, not everything, but most things. So this is why I got these lights. Oh, come on! How can you not like those lights? Those are awesome. And we can put on SAS. Now, one thing when driving a Rover, put the brakes on because we're rolling, is if you turn SAS mode to SAS only. See, one of the issues might not be so much on Kerbal, it's an issue, but if you actually, if I keep the brakes on, I'll demonstrate. I'll demonstrate. If you put this on normal mode with the SAS and then you push W to drive forward, it has a tendency to want to do that, right? To tilt up. But if I put it on SAS only, that goes away. Now it just wants to drive. The brakes are on, so it's but it doesn't tip forward at the same time. So this is just a proof of concept, as it were. I don't see why this won't work. There we go. It works. Why won't it work? That's all I was going to do. Okay, so revert flight. Back to the spaceplane hangar. I think that's a Rover. I think that's all I need. I don't think I need anything else. So what we're going to do is we're going to go now over to the vehicle assembly building. And what we got to do is pack this away. So I'm going to get... What do I got for cargo containers? So I need a lot. So I have... Oh, I do have a big one. This is a 2.5 meter cargo container. Let's start with the smaller one and see if I can get away with using the smaller one. So this is the SEQ-9 container. Oh, there's no way this whole rover will fit inside this. Absolutely none. There's only 9 slots. So let's go 2.5. So this is the SEQ-24. So it has, as you can see, 24 cargo slots here. Let's put a little bit of distance between this. This will make us... This is by no means going to be the design. This is just to stow everything away. Okay, and the first thing I want to do is make sure here. Let's go to cargo. I should have robotics, maybe. I want to have the ground anchor. No, utility. Oh, I know I unlocked you. Structural. Okay. If I can't find that ground anchor, I'm gonna have to. Oh, there it is. I'm just blind. Okay, we have that. We also have, okay, rover first, but I also have all of this deployable science. We might have a lot of stuff to do on the surface of the moon when we get there. So let's, yeah, you should be able to, if I change the root part to the container, and I should be able to just pull all this stuff off and stow it in here. Oh, the other thing I need, sorry, one other thing, I need to have a small decoupler so I can detach it. That goes in there too. Okay. Oh, I only got one. Notice, although the wheels were doubled, I only got one wheel in each. So be careful about that. Bump. Where are the wheels? It would have been pretty disappointing to get up there and have only 2 wheels. Same with the command seat. Need that. I need another command seat. Solar panels, I need 6 of them. Now these guys I can see we can fit more than one in a slot, so 2, 3, and then 2, 3, and we'll throw this one away. 4 of these batteries. This obviously makes transporting much easier. Our science parts. The arm. And by the way, if you run into something that if I just copy, yeah, that's a good way to do it. Some lights. If, by the way, I ran into a part that I couldn't put into this cargo container, all I'd have to do, how many of these do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. 2, 3, okay. 6, 7, and 8. Okay. What was I saying? I said if that can get thrown away, and then finally this. Oh, you know what I want to do? Sorry. Let's change the texture on these, because once you're out there, we're going to go with the silver foil look. And that won't fit. Okay, so. But what I was saying is if any of these parts wouldn't fit in there, all I have to do is attach it to the actual vessel and the Kerbals can rip it off. So just even if you run into something that does not fit into a cargo container, that doesn't mean you're sunk. You can still do stuff. Okay, I need another cargo container. Okay, I'm going to grab the smaller cargo container. This might get reconfigured again. This can go into... That doesn't work that way, silly. Oh! This thing is 6... Oh my gosh, it's big! Okay. I'll explain what the problem is. So I might need 2 of these. Wow. This thing is... Open this up. Says it here. It's 750 liters of volume. And this little guy can only hold up to 650 liters of volume. So I need the big one just for that. I'm going to see. I think if I hold Alt, does all that come? Yes. I want to try and see if I can get away with a little less cargo space. So I'm going to put what I can into here. Until the volume is filled up. And then I might put in a small one for all the rest. So I'm holding the Alt key, by the way, to grab everything that's in a particular container. At some point this is going to get full. So it wasn't going to fit to start with. That's it. Will this fit? That will. Okay, so it was I was one item short. Okay, let's change this to the root part. That is just a decoupler. So we're going to grab the small one. That goes in there. And also I need those reaction wheels. Okay, so this, let's make sure I'm doing this right. That one's now empty, yeah. So I can throw that away. And I can throw this away. Okay, there are my containers with my rover inside. Oh my gosh. Okay. Now what I need to do is build a rocket that can carry this thing. That's my rover all packed away. So, let's see. We'll get the... Oh, let's go with the K3 pomegranate. We'll put 3 Kerbals in there. Again, we'll make this one the root part, so now things are attached to that rather than the other way around. And oh my gosh, I wrote a budget. Okay, my lander, I want to have about 1,200 meters per second. That's my lander. I've built moon landers before. I don't want to get into the whole logic of that. So I'm just thinking. And what I think is I'm going to grab a 0.875 meter fairing. Should have 3 sizes, yes. I'm going to turn on the truss structure and the interstage nodes. Oh, fricky frack. There it is. That's what I was shooting for. That can go under here. Actually, that. And I want to get to the 2.5 meter size. So we're going to build. Is that it? No, maybe. I want it to get to, let's go to just sizes. What do I got? 2.5 meter size stuff. I really just want an adapter, but I don't want it to be as tall as this is. I don't want it to get that tall. So I'm just looking for, of course I could have gone with the 2.5 meter size. Might have been smarter. Maybe a 2.5 meter fairing would have been a better idea. I think it is. Okay. So we're going to throw this away. 2.5 meter fairing. Interstage nodes on. Put it like that. Okay. See where I'm going with this? So that's all now stowed away in there. Okay. This is still looks kind of funny. Oh, this has a built-in decoupler, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Okay. All right. Well, we might modify this. We might modify this for sure. Okay. Science, fuel. 1,200 meters per second. What happens if I put underneath that that guy and like a poodle? I have the poodle there, don't I? There's the poodle. It's been retextured, but looks good though. That's not. Oh wait. No, vacuum. That's already too much. Okay. This is too tall. I don't like it. Oh, that doesn't work anyway. What kind of thrust does that give me too? Oh my gosh. Okay, the poodle's too much. All that's too much. Too much. Let's then... What? Carrier. Just trying to get a feel for how much fuel I need. That's still a little much, believe it or not. I'm going to do some scaling on all this. That's not enough. But this would be too much then. It has to be. Yeah. You know what? Go back to what you had. That. We'll make it pretty eventually. Okay, and then there'll be some landing legs on this thing. I guess this all goes without saying, by the way, that I ain't got no plan. I think I say that every stream. I ain't got no plan. I just want to make sure people know that I ain't got no plan. 1405, thrust to weight is fine for landing on the moon. This, if anything, is a little tall. I don't need to put any science in here. I'm debating the wisdom. Oh, I want a goo container. And, yeah. This fella. There we go. That'll justify that height. And this fella. All the other science is in there. I don't need it. I just think she's just homely. I don't like how homely she is. So I want to try and make it a smidge prettier. What I'm debating, that's still, yeah, let's take all that off. Take that out. That out. That won't fit there. Let's get another, just build right on top of this. I mean, there's no, sorry, it's being a little stubborn. Throw that away, that away. Structural, do I have something that goes, I got this that goes to 2, oh wait, there we go, that's perfect, perfect. Oh, ooh, maybe one of those on the other side too. No fuel, oh wait, that's a 2.5 meter. Well, I can cheat it. I don't think I have, yeah. Grab this, just slide it, nobody knows. Nobody's to know. So a little funky looking. But I like the Delta V, 1340. I'm thinking of something, by the way, that can just land, if I can get this sitting on the surface, it will be able to get itself back to Kerbal. That's really all I'm looking at. Should have a parachute on the top, obviously. And I'm going to have to enclose this into some sort of fairing. We'll deal with that in a little bit. But, okay. Landing lights. Now, somebody pointed out to me in the YouTube's chats that I've never noticed before. Yes, these have pit. I was always like, look at that. I know that's probably been there forever, but I'm just noticing it now for the very first time. That there's you can adjust the angle through that. I was always using the rotate tool. That's just really kind of too funny. Okay, that looks fine. Needs arms and some eyes. It needs, do I want to get into ladders? I mean, because you don't really need them. Oh, I put on 2. Because you can always just use the EVA packs to fly up, but there's something nice about a ladder. Oh, for goodness sakes. There it is. So if we kind of come down to there, I'm going to move these landing legs. Move these. For goodness sakes. There. I was just clearing a space for a ladder to come right down that way. Probably slide these legs up a little bit, actually. They look like they're clearing the bell by a healthy margin. And then that. Of course, the ultimate test is, can a Kerbal go up and down this? Go in and out the hatch. That is a long climb. Somebody's asking, Ahmed's saying, can you try? I would love it if you tried Kerbalism again. I I love Kerbalism. I think it's great. My issue with Kerbalism really is more has to do with the live stream. I'm always finding when I'm doing live streams, and maybe it's kind of obvious. This is a new moon lander until I got a better name. Actually, yeah, I do have a better name. Call it Moon R4. Okay, I'm going to just test the ladder. And then I'll get to the question. No control. What we got? Oh, there's no reaction wheels or stuff in it. Put a Jeb in there. Watch. What was it? Oh, about Kerbalism. Yeah, it's the issue I find with Kerbalism is for a live stream, there's so much to think about, and I'm always, maybe too much, but kind of hyper paranoid about taking too long with things and spending too much time twiddling over the details. But Kerbalism forces you to deal with the details, and I always feel like I'm just going too slow for a live stream. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, Jeb, you okay? Jeb's okay. He's walking it off. Okay. Oh, I got all kinds of. There's some funny stuff happening there. Okay, is it moving? It's moving, Jeb. She's moving. She's moving. I just wanted to see if the ladders are okay. So I'm just gonna go up, but there's something funky going on there. I'm gonna blame. I'm not gonna think that's a problem with the ship. Okay, he went all the way up to there. Now can he go? I think the ladders are fine. Board, and he got out. Board. Oh boy, boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, boy. There we go. Okay, let's get back into the VAB as fast as we can. The lander is tap dancing, yeah. So I'm thinking there's something funky going on with some interaction with the launch pad. I'm hoping that if I put this thing somewhere else, it would be fine. And instead of testing that, I'm going to trust my instincts and hope for the best, because that is the more fun alternative than testing everything to the nth degree. Okay, we're going to put on some lights here. Do I want a different texture here? Yeah. Go a little more industrial on that one. And these lights are really just to sort of light up this zone, as it were. There. Pitch angle. Yeah, I want them to turn inwards like that. That looks good. Lights off. I think the bottom part here is fine. Just add just some arbitrary blinky nav lights. Yeah, blinky, blinky. Blink on. Oh, is there only one? Oh, wait, there's a ladder on the other side. This might not be the best place to put this. Okay, we'll put these up here then. We'll pretend there isn't a door there. I'm fine with that. White. White. Speaking of YouTube comments, I had someone get really mad that I'm using these buttons instead of going 1, 2, 3. You can change those with 1, 2, 3, 4. But old habits die hard, I guess. They're like, why aren't you doing that? It's much more efficient. I don't know. It's hard for me to change my ways. Okay. So the arbitrary blinky lights there, some arbitrary blinky lights at the top. You know what? I'm going to put them here. I'm not messing with that roundy surface up there. That's the red one. This one will be a green one. And then a blue one on top. Yet I use shortcut keys for this stuff down here all the time, so I'm anything but consistent, that's for sure. Don't forget a reaction wheel. Thank you very much. Let's stick in a reaction wheel here someplace. Because there is no reaction wheels in this, in those command pods. So we'll put a big one. Now what's my delta V at? I want to make sure I'm not hosing myself. No, that's fine. Thrust away 0.86. That's okay for landing on the moon. I don't see a problem. I don't see a problem with this. I don't see a problem with this. Are there? No, there's no textures there, so we can close that, close that, close that. Unless someone's missing something really. Oh, well, let's put a couple of Kerbals in here. Because, Jeb, you're not going. You've been to the moon. I gotta send Valentina. Valentina's not landed on the moon. Bill's gotta go, though, because we need an engineer and scientist. Good idea. Okay, I wanted to do that. Just check Delta V. Delta V, 1219. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Okay, so now what we got to do is we got to build first of all, a fairing around this whole ugly, awful thing. So now I am going to get that 2.5 meter fairing. Payload, silly. Actually, I only just unlocked that fairing. Close all of this. Close. Oh my gosh, why'd that come out so... a little spike on the top. Oh, heck with it. Let's leave it. I wasn't aiming for that. It just kind of happened. But, you know, I'll keep it. I'll keep spiky on the top there. It's like a World War I German helmet on the very top. That's good, 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 good. Okay, we need to build a transfer stage. Something that can get this thing to where it needs to be from low curb in orbit to just about landed on the moon. And I budgeted myself to get the total up to about 3870. So let's see what this looks like with a poodle on the bottom. Still vacuum. I'm looking for this to be 3870 and a decent TWR. I'm not there yet, so maybe a bigger fuel can. That one. No, that's the... I guess this one's the next one up. That's a little much. So we'll scale her down. So like one of these. Maybe one of these. This is a very simple stage. Now if I put on one of these, I think it's going to be too much again. Yeah. I don't want that much. Well, thank you, NC Davis, for the kind donation. And don't forget to check the upper ladder length since you added a reaction wheel. Thank you very much, Ken Bates. Yes, I'll definitely do that. Because I added a reaction wheel. I'm sure this ladder no longer extends far enough, so we'll have to work that out. Okay, but one thing at a time. I need a little bit more fuel. Not a lot more fuel, just a little bit more fuel. Take this out, take that out. Go with this one. Get this up there. No, that's still... Yeah, I want a little more. I want a little more. Maybe I'm being too picky with my budget I worked out. I'm gonna have to rebuild a lot of this now. But that... Wait a minute, how about... There we go. I'm happy with that. TWR is fine. I love this. Where is it? The one I want. That one. That's my favorite. That's like... the single big nozzle for the poodle. Okay. Excuse me. So let's save this and let's fix a couple of things here. First of all, the fairing's no longer working. So I'll delete that fairing for now. This ladder is no longer going to reach to this ladder because of some foolishness on my part. So what I think I shall do is add a simple cubic octagonal strut here. Maybe actually the octagonal one. And I'm not actually attaching this ladder to it. You'll see what I'm doing in just a second. But I don't want the ladder that's there just kind of floating in space. I think that would look rather stupid. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise this lower ladder. Like so. Come on. Oh, fricky. This is why I use this rather than shortcut keys, because my fingers keep missing the button. There. I want to raise this up to the other ladder a little bit. So, but I don't want it just kind of floating in space. Because I don't know. Actually, I guess that doesn't look too stupid. Is that as high as you go? Okay. I don't think I need that octagonal strut there. I think that's fine. Here. Back here. There. So now those two ladders are connected. I don't think that looks bad. Retract. Retract. I just didn't want to mess with the ladder here because I know Jeb got out. And I need to build the fairing again. Don't you need comms? Comms would be a good idea. Who needs to talk to anybody, though? But the answer is, yeah, I should put comms. You don't need comms because I'm actually probably... Oh, you know what? Oh, no. I'm not going to get my spike, probably. No, no more spike this time. I'm just realizing as well... Where's my cargo? I probably have room. I was going to put it on the surface deployable science garbage. Not garbage, but like the passive seismic slammer thing. I'm going to need a control panel. Control station. And how much power? This needs power unit of 1. This needs a power unit of 1. So I think I only need these panels provide, if I have a level 1 engineer, which I do, provide 2 units of power. So this should be enough. I also have the Goob, whatever, ED monitor, but I already got one of those on the moon and it's not biome specific, so I don't see any reason to put on another one. I got anything else? That's just full of photonic panels. I got this. This is just better communication with ground control. That doesn't matter. Not when I'm only at the moon. So there, I had room for that stuff. Okay, I wanted to make sure I didn't forget that. Of course, that's going to affect some delta V's here, but I think I'm still okay. Yeah, that's okay. This should be down here. So now I'm at 38. 3870 is what I was shooting. I think, again, I can probably take some of this off. I was taken into the weight of the fairing before. 3896, I'm fine. Stop playing. Leave it alone. You're going to break it. You keep playing with it, you're going to break it. All right, so there we go. There's our transfer. Oh, communication, someone said in there. Right. I don't have any solar generation. See, I knew I was forgetting stuff. I have no solar generation. I have no electrical storage. For goodness sakes. People, you should be watching me way more closely than you are. That should be fine. I'm happy with that. A little bit of electrical storage. I just have these batteries, but you know what? Sorry. Go away. There. There. I'm sure that's happy. I'm sure that's fine. And this says 38. Yeah, I'm fine. Stop it. We're good now. Some struts. Absolutely some struts. Definitely some struts right here. I would have done that one probably anyway, but now that you're mentioning it, I heartedly, completely agree Some struts would definitely be in order. Let's go three-way symmetry here. Actually, I can probably do it from here to there. That should do. That should do there. That should hold that together. Okay, that is, and this, there's really not much to this that I really should worry about. I want that stripe that way. Okay, so there we go. We got that much. Okay, see why I didn't think I was going, well, we'll see. We might end up on the moon before this is all done. So I want the TD-25 decoupler, and now I need to build a booster under this. And I have a total budget in my head of $64.70, which I'm just going to go with. So what do I have? No, I never did get. So my biggest tanks, I never did get the Jumbo 64. So my biggest tanks are, oh, I do have these. Look at, ooh, look at. I do have, like, I want to make use of those. I want to make use of those. What's my most powerful engine that, oh my god, I got the twin bores. You can lift anything with a twin bore. I do have the mainsail too, so I don't think I will be starving. Okay, what engine's that one? That one's that one. That should go there. This fairing should go here. Okay. I'm shooting for 6470. What's the TWR here? It's still pretty darn good. So let's get some more fuel cans in that. Maybe one of these. Wow. So I only need a few hundred more. Man, I really wanted to... Well, we might use them anyway. It might be overkill, but that's okay. Where am I? I'm looking at decouplers is what I want. I want the shorty decouplers. That's their official term, the shorty decouplers. And I want to put on... Oh, for goodness. These fuel cans. That's what I want. I want these. And then I'm going to put... They're in 1.875 meter parts, so I should be able to put on an appropriate 1.875 meter engine like probably the Bobcat. Look at that. You know what? I'm going to scale down this middle engine. Deliberately going smaller. We're going to put on the skipper here rather than the mainsail. Just want to scale this thing down. Doesn't need to be as big as it is. What am I doing? What am I? I'm looking at terrain there. Now I want to look at this way. Things are funky. Things are funky, and I just got to be careful here. There. We'll defunk this in a little bit, but I want to get... Is that really my only my TWR here? Two, those could decouple. Take these off for a sec. Oh my gosh, I did not realize how much weaker. Okay, I'm gonna have to go back to the mainsail. Did not realize how much weaker the skipper is. Oh my gosh, it is. Wow, okay. Okay. Put these back. Okay, it's going to be big. You know what? Stop. If it's too big, it's too big. Who cares if it's too big? I shouldn't care if it's too big. It's going to be fine. We got so much delta V. Yeah. I don't care. Let's finish this. Finish it. Finish it. Thank you very much, LaserPoint. LaserPoint490. Learned so much about KSP watching your videos. Thanks, Mike. You are very, very welcome, LaserPoint. Okay, we are going to finish this off. We're going to put all this together. This is going to be too much rocket, but in my tweaking to be cheap, I'm going to spend way too much time. So instead, what I'm going to do is just finish this. Finish it. Finish it. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. I have... Oh, I guess it's not that much delta V compared to my budget. I thought it would be more, but Got all these engines on at the same time, and these guys go on. What I love about these guys is they have built-in separator rockets right in there, so you don't have to put on the separatrons. They're built in to it. But what I can do is probably take out about half of that fuel, even though it doesn't. Yeah. That won't save me too much. Okay, launch TWR. It's probably through the roof. These are way too big. You know, let's go with a smaller engine. They're way too big. The mainsail I like, but those are way too big. So I'm not going to go with the Bobcats. What are the skiffs? Oh, they're probably an orbital. No, they're not. Oh my god, they're pretty big. Should I go with swivels? No, that seems a little bit. I could go with swivels. They gave me a... You know what? Forget it. Yeah, let's go with this. There. There. I don't like it. It looks funny on the bottom. It looks funny on the bottom. I don't like it. Okay, fine. We'll live with it looking funny on the bottom. Heck with it. No. Stop trying. Yeah. No. Gonna go back to the Bobcats. For no reason other than they look better. Okay, these guys back. Alright. Launch TWR. I'm gonna have to turn these. This is what got me into doing a lighter engine, because I knew I would be turning these down to almost nothing. And it's like completely... Okay, this is stupid. I don't need this. I'm an idiot. And I can do this whole thing with just... Okay, I've been wasting a lot of time here. I just need a single booster. I'm doing too much. Oh my gosh. This is what happens when you don't have a plan, folks. I'll say that's enough Delta V. And I'm sure it's enough launch TWR. Yes. It was all I just got fixated in putting in those on I got fixated with using those big boosters, and I really shouldn't have. And that's what's gotten me into trouble. When a single mainsail gets the job done, just do that. There. 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 I was making it too complicated for my own good. Okay, now tweak down the thrust. My 1.33. I swear there is no. People sometimes ask, do you find that more efficient? No, I just like the rate at which it lifts off the launch pad. I think it looks cooler when it's a little slower. That's the only reason I reduce the thrust to weight as much as I do. I would still reduce it to something, you know, in the 1.5 range, but you don't have to reduce it as much as I do. Okay, 62. That's still not a lot. Did I lose some delta? Oh my god. No, I need more. I swear every time I look, that delta V says something different. Oh, I think I know what I did. I think I made a mistake, and I think I took off the big cam by mistake there. I gotta look at the video evidence. Okay. Now I gotta tweak this up. We'll be launching. I swear. I swear we'll be launching soon. What am I doing? Now I don't have enough thrust on the bottom. You. Okay. Okay. I'm getting angry with myself. I'm about to go. I'm about to go and we're going to do it. Okay. Let's get into action groups here. I'm going to click on the fairing and I'm going to put it on action group 5. And then we're going to remove it from the action group, or the staging, so I don't have to look at it anymore. Everything else, honestly, I want to get into the gear action group. I'm going to remove, or the light action group. I'm going to remove those illuminators there, and we're going to put them on the gear action group. That are these fellas, and then that way when I toggle the landing gear, those lights will toggle on. I'm thinking let's just put the Communitron on action group 0 just to do something with it. Okay, let's go. If I've forgotten something, I've forgotten something. Who are my Kerbals? Bill, Valentina, and Bob. Very happy with that. Let's go.